Tom McDowell Outdoor Radio, iHeartMedia, and Fox Sports 910 broadcasting out of Phoenix, Arizona. This week's roll call, we have a number of fallen LEOs to tell you about. We're going to start off with the immediate ones, and then we're going to digress back about a week. So, Sarah Burton, Richmond, Indiana Police Department, 28 years old. She succumbed to gunshot wounds sustained while conducting a traffic stop. Very unfortunate. Sounds like an ambush. The assailant was taken into custody following a brief pursuit. Officer Burton was flown to Miami Valley Hospital, where she remained on life support until September 1st. She was taken to hospice facility on the 3rd of September, succumbed to her wounds on the 18th. She had served with the Richmond Police Department for 4 years, survived by her fiance, mother, stepmother, and Officer Burton was shot 9 days prior to her scheduled wedding date to her fiance. Certainly terrible tragedy there. And then we have Michael Hartwick, Pinellas County, Florida, Deputy Sheriff, 51 years old, succumbed to injuries received when he was struck by a front-end loader truck on the highway. And apparently the deputy was working an overnight assignment directing traffic for a construction crew. He was outside of his cruiser when the front-end loader, carrying a concrete barrier, hit him. Hartwick had served with the Pinellas County Sheriff's Office for 19 years, survived by 2 sons and his mother. Then we're going to move back about a week. Correctional Officer 3rd, Caitlyn Brianne Rittenor, Texas Department of Criminal Justice, Criminal Institutions Division of Texas. Her end of watch was September 3rd at age 23. She was killed in a vehicle crash, leaving an incident. She had served with the Texas Department of Correctional Justice, Correctional Institutions Division for 5 months, was assigned to the Briscoe unit. She is survived by her mother, father, sister, grandparents, and a fiancé. Next, we have Deputy Sheriff Marshal Samuel Irvin Jr., Cobb County Sheriff's Office in Georgia. End of watch was September 8th at age 38. He was shot and killed along with another officer named Jonathan Koleski, serving a felony warrant, theft warrant. And the subjects were taken into custody. One another subject inside the house confronted them with a firearm. Both deputies gave commands for the man to drop the firearm before exchange of shots. Both deputies suffered fatal wounds. They wanted the subject and the shooter both barricaded themselves in the home, but before they were taken into custody later on that night. Cobb had served with, Deputy Irvin had served with Cobb County Sheriff's Office for 10 years, and Sheriff's Deputy Koleski was a United States Army veteran, and before he had started serving with the Cobb County, he survived by his wife. And then we're going to move up to Colorado. Officer Dylan Michael Backoff, Orvanda Police Department in Colorado. His end of watch was September 11th at age 27. He was shot and killed responding to another domestic disturbance. He and another officer were attempting to break up a fight between family members when one of the involved men opened fire, wounding a woman who was also involved in the disturbance. The subject then exchanged shots with Backoff and another officer. Backoff was mortally wounded before the subject was also shot. He was a U.S. Air Force veteran, had served with Nevada Police Department for 3 years. We're moving up to Michigan with police officer Lloyd Todd. His end of watch was September 12th. We don't have his age. Looked like he's a middle-aged gentleman. Todd succumbed to complications of gunshot wounds sustained on December 5th in 1998 by automatic gunfire in a street incident. Officer Todd and two other plainclothesmen were attempting to stop a van wanted in connection with an abduction earlier in the day. Once the van started to flee, a pursuit ensued. Officer Sean Bandy and another officer joined in the chase. When the van slowed, a subject in the back opened fire on the cruiser, striking all three officers. Todd was driving. He was shot in the head. Shrapnel and glass from windshield hit another officer, and Bandy, the passenger of the first marked cruiser, was struck in the head, his neck, and chest by multiple rounds. Bullet fragments and glass hit Bandy's partner as well. And the four subjects in the van were convicted of first-degree murder, sentenced to life in prison. The fifth suspect was sentenced 5 to 15 and was murdered in 2017 after being paroled. Officer Todd was a United States Coast Guard Coast Guard veteran, and had served with the Detroit Police Department for 5 years, survived by his son, sister, and brothers. Wow. That's a heck of a roll call this week, folks. Extremely unfortunate. As always, our hearts, thoughts, and prayers go out to their families, their units,